Greetings, welcome, and thank you for joining me. I'm Christian of Standing Stones Healing, and I'm so honored to bring you another Choose One of Three card reading for your monthly messages. Welcome, March. Beautiful to have you with us, March. Wherever you are in the world, I hope that you have a beautiful and blessed March. Here where I am in central Pennsylvania, it is indeed the last day of February. That's when I record these Choose One of Three card readings, and already some of my daffodils are blooming. So wow, spring is certainly on the way here. Well, I want to thank you for being here. It is a true honor to bring you these Choose One of Three card readings. And if you are new to these readings, this is how it works. You choose number 1, 2, or 3, and there is a corresponding 5 or sometimes more card reading for your monthly messages. Now, if you know what number you choose for the month, you can click down and go there straight away directly to your 1, 2, or 3 reading. But if you don't know what number you are for the month, I'm going to do a little bit of drumming to allow you to set some space to allow that number 1, 2, or 3 to enter into your mind for your monthly messages. Thank you. Please join me in taking 3 deep cleansing breaths, clearing away everything that's come before, everything that's coming later, and focusing in on this blessed present moment. What is your number? 1, 2, or 3? Greetings, number 1. Welcome, number 1, to your March messages. Number 1, your Celtic Dragon Tarot card is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, number 1. Wow. By the way, number 1, before I forget, I want to mention that coming up in March, in honor of St. Patrick's Day on March 18th, I'm offering 1 day of Celtic Dragon Tarot readings. So get your Celtic messages on March 18th. You can learn more and schedule your own slot down below. But the Knight of Swords is your Celtic Dragon Tarot card for March. We have 2 angel cards. For you, number 1, we have Astara, who says, "You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise." Beautiful. I love it. Wowee. Got some great things for you for your March, number 1. We have Rosetta, who says, "You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children." Thank you very much, Rosetta, and thank you, dear children. Your Archangel card for March is Leadership. Archangel Gabriel says, "It is time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others." You also, number 1, had 2 Viking runes. They are the Rune of Journey and the Rune of Protection. And finally, number 1, your Breathe Easy card is Energy. energy. I am energy. We are all made of the same energy, an ancient spiritual truth rediscovered by modern science. I breathe in the pure energy that powers the stars. I am filled with the primal power that brings everything into being. I breathe out obstacles to my energies flow. Now, this card, number 1, is really interesting for your reading for March because as I was shuffling the Celtic Dragon Tarot cards, they were very hesitant. And I really had the sense of just some sluggishness and some stuck kinds of feelings for you, number 1. And so, number 1, there's some real encouragement for you to be moving forward at this time and to really be pressing forward for what it is you want, your dreams and desires, and putting some energy behind that. Now, what I'm also getting for you is that when it comes to this idea of moving forward and energy and forward motion, there's some real encouragement here for you in terms of working with children and really the idea of, I'm trying to put this into some human words here, number 1. The idea of almost like latching on to children and child energy. Now, what I'm getting for you is that, the cards are saying, hey, get with some kids, spend time with some kids. You have a purpose with children. And that may very well be the case, number 1. It also, what I'm getting for you is that, if you're thinking, I hate kids, I don't want anything to do with kids, what the heck, kids? Really, it's about that child energy and that forward momentum of children. Children so often have the wiggles, and it's time for you, number 1, to have some wiggles, to have that excited, contagious, infectious energy where you just can't contain yourself. So rather than the cards taking time to show their messages with the Celtic Dragon Tarot, rather than that, I don't know if I really want to show all my cards kind of sense, number 1, to rather get some wiggles, tap into the restless energy of kids. Now, if you've got kids, you might want to spend some time hanging out with them, tap into that kid energy. If you are a teacher, if you work in a daycare, whatever it might be, grandchildren, spend some time with kids. And it's not only going to help you with increasing energy and getting some of that restless energy to help you move forward in March, but it's also an important part of why you're here, number 1. And number 1, I mean that, and the cards mean that for anyone and everyone and all of us. Whether we have a job working with kids, or we have children or grandchildren, whatever the case might be, number 1, the truth is that we are all here lifting up the next generation. And we are all here to be an example, a guiding light, and leaders for the next generation. And so, number 1, it's time for you to recognize that in March and to step forward into that role in whatever way it means to you, because it can mean an infinite number of things and it can look an infinite number of ways. And when the cards say children, it doesn't just have to be like little kids. It can be older youth, young adults. Just this idea, number one, of the next generation and helping to support and empower them. Indeed, even simply leading by example. So this could be something as simple as you see a young person on the street walking to school, and you say to them, hey, have a good day in school. Honoring them, acknowledging them, and encouraging them. And so this is called for you, number one, for your March. And here's what it's going to do for you. It's going to help to bring in some energy. It's going to help to bring in some freshness for you. And it's going to help to propel you forward with your own goals, dreams, and desires, whether those have anything to do with kids or not. Remember, though, really, it's all about, for all of us, lifting up that next generation, helping to encourage and empower them, and serving as a role model for them. And so even if your goals and dreams and desires don't directly have to do with young people, absolutely they do help young people eventually in terms of being an example and in terms of showing them what's possible and helping them to feel empowered on their own journey. And so, number one, it's time for you to get some youthful energy into your March in order to help you be that Knight of Swords charging full speed ahead with the things that you want to bring into the world and with your desires. You know, very clearly, we have the message here with Astara of you deserve the best, charge forward, jump on that dragon and go, number one. I'm also getting the image of a comet here. And comets, you know, comets have a lot of momentum, don't they? They move through the solar system, they move through the reaches of the universe, around and around, and they go, go, go. Comets got the wiggles. And so, number one, tap into some of that comet energy this month to help propel you forward. Now, what I'm also getting for you is that as you move like the comet, there's encouragement for you to contemplate your journey around the solar system, to contemplate your own place in it, and to contemplate on your journey the times when you really have been a role model clearly to young people, and the times when you have brought that young energy into your own experience to help propel you forward, and to recognize that on your journey, this is something that has happened for you before. And so you're being encouraged to do that again at this time on your journey, number one. Number one, we also have here the rune of protection, which is saying, yes, you indeed are protected. I'm also getting the encouragement for bringing in some of that protective energy of our young people. And so to recognize that as you are protected on your journey, to help almost, I just had the image of a shield, to almost like turn that towards young people at this time, and to almost help them feel empowered and encouraged and protected on their own journey. I just had the image of a tree and its big, beautiful branches providing shade. And so it's time for you, number one, to consider the ways in which you do and can provide shade for the next generation and provide the shade with your big, beautiful limbs to our young people who are rising and sprouting on their own journey at this time. By the way, number one, speaking of sprouting, I just want to mention that coming up in April, I'm offering my Growth Month program again. And this is a great program of transformation to help you transform along with the seasons. I've got a link down below. You can check that out, speaking of sprouting. But anyway, number one, this is a great time for you to be contemplating how you are and can serve as a role model for young people in your life right now, whether that's your own children, grandchildren, family, friends, kids you see on the street, wherever it might be, and to help bring in some of that fresh young energy in your own life for moving forward with your own goals, dreams, and desires, whether they have anything to do directly with kids or not. Whatever the case may be, it's time for bringing in some wiggly kid energy. You know, I don't know where you are in the world, number one, but here where I am in March, there's a lot of wiggly energy going on with things sprouting forward, things shaking in the trees and getting ready to burst forth. So, you know, it's a wiggly time in March anyway, depending on where you are in the world. So sending lots and lots of blessings, number one, to your wiggly March. So thank you, number one. It is an honor to bring you your March messages. Please do check out the links below. Please do like, share, subscribe, send to a friend, all of the things. I'm sending you lots of blessings and best wishes, and sending all of the young people in your life and all of the young people who you encourage and will encourage, even just by sheer fact, number one, of being a role model, even if you don't mean to and don't realize it. Young people notice. And so let us all be the ones to empower and encourage our young generation who deserve that from us. Sending you so many blessings and best wishes for your March number one. Greetings, number two. Welcome, number two, to your March messages. Number two, your Celtic Dragon Tarot card is Judgment. Powerful card, number two, the Celtic Dragon Tarot card of Judgment. Woo! By the way, number two, before I forget, I want to mention that in March, in honor of St. Patrick's Day on March 18th, I'm doing Celtic Dragon Tarot readings for your Celtic messages. You can learn more and schedule your own slot on the link below. But Judgment is a powerful card for you for your March number two. Number two, you had two angel cards. We have Archangel Ariel, who says, new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Got lots of messages here for you, number two. But first, we have Archangel Gabriel, who says, you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. Yep, beautiful. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. Beautiful. Number two, your Archangel card is, not surprisingly enough, after that message from Archangel Gabriel, Angel Therapy. Archangel Raphael says, give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. Beautiful, Archangel Raphael. Thank you. Your rune for March, number two, is the rune of flow. And finally, your Breathe Easy card is meditation. I am meditating to be aware of only the rhythm of our breathing, slowly in and out. This is the way of meditation. I breathe in the stillness beyond time and space. I am filled with a nothingness that contains everything. I breathe out my mind's chatter. Whew. Wow, beautiful. Number two. Number two, this is lovely and wonderful and exciting. And here's what I'm getting for you very clearly, number two. You're being strongly encouraged to put down the self-judgment in March, number two. Number two, you've been a little judgy on yourself, and you're being encouraged to really work to cast that self-judgment aside, to really quiet that inner critic, and to go with the flow a little bit more with your own life. Now, number two, we are so often our own worst critic, aren't we? And number two, we are so often all kinds of judgy on ourselves, aren't we? Yes, indeed, number two, we are. At least I know I speak for myself, right? But number two, it's time for you to really work to release some of that inner judgment that we all hold, but you're being called right now to really do that, because number two, the judginess is keeping you from doing the things that you are here to do. Yeah, I just said that, number two. The judginess is keeping you from bringing forward the things that you are meant to do here during this lifetime. I'll say it again. The judginess is keeping you, your own self-judgment, number two, is keeping you from doing things that you are here to do. Probably number two, I don't have to tell you that. Probably you already know that. You know, as a matter of fact, number two, I want to say that we are the ones who most typically keep ourselves from doing the things that we want to do in the world and making change. Now, number two, you may very well be feeling some fear about what people might think. As a matter of fact, I have my Growth Month program coming up in April. Group program to help us grow and transform along with the seasons. And it really does, in that program, we really do dive into this idea of worrying about what others think and how that keeps us from doing the things we want to do and making the changes we want to make. And so, number two, you're being encouraged that you've got support here to help you with doing the things that you are here to do. Archangel Gabriel says, you have an important purpose involving communication. You have an important purpose involving the arts. Don't allow insecurities to hold you back. Archangel Gabriel is here to help you, but the insecurities are holding you back. As a matter of fact, they kind of have you just like lying around in bed thinking about it. And they have you saying, I don't know if I can do this. And you're being encouraged, number two, that yes, you can. Not only can you do it, you are being called to do it. And you're being encouraged to do it. And not only can you do it, but you have support here to help you do it. So know that assistance is here for you. Number two, call upon the angels. Call upon Archangel Raphael and Gabriel, especially are here with you during the month of March to assist you in moving forward, to assist you in not being so judgmental of yourself, and to assist you in doing the things that you are indeed here to be doing, but that own inner critic is holding you back from. You know, number two, I want to encourage you as you go throughout your March to notice the inner critic and to notice the times when indeed you're not going with the flow with yourself, when you are judging yourself, when you are criticizing yourself, when you're being maybe a little too unfair or harsh, judgmental of yourself. Number two, you're being encouraged to notice those times throughout the month. And I want to encourage you, number two, that when you notice those moments, to not judge yourself for those moments. So what that means is, number two, don't judge yourself for judging yourself, but rather to notice when you're doing it, to send love and compassion to yourself at those times, and indeed to call upon Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Raphael to assist you in those moments. You know, oh, there I go, judging myself again. I love myself. Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, please be with me and help me to decrease my judgment of myself, to help quiet that inner critic, to help me do the things that I'm here to do on this earth during this lifetime. Now, number two, what we also have here is some encouragement from Archangel Ariel that you've got some new psychic experiences happening for you at this time as well. What I'm getting for you is the encouragement to just be on the lookout for any signs that you might be receiving, any new experiences that you might be having in terms of just all, you know, psychic and spiritual kinds of things happening for you during the month of March. And number two, what I'm also getting for you with this card is almost like some encouragement for some singing. And I don't know, number two, if you sing or if you like to sing, but using the voice to help you with this idea of decreasing judgment, and to use the voice and singing music to really help you to bring yourself to a higher energetic vibration level during March, number two, that's going to help you to decrease some of that judgment. You know, if you're thinking, oh my God, I have self-judgment about people hearing me sing, maybe sing in the shower, I don't know, whatever you might like to do. Go sit in your closed car and belt it out, whatever, number two. But I really picked up on the strong encouragement with this card about the voice and music and singing. You know, you may even hear some kinds of celestial sounds or music at this time throughout March, number two. Tap into that, tune into that, and use that as an encouragement for decreasing that inner critic, the harsh voice that says that we're not good enough, the harsh voice that says, no, you can't do that. And instead release that voice, love it, say thank you to it, and let it go, and go with the flow, flow. And go with the flow for your March, number two, in terms of that inner voice that says, I'm not good enough, this isn't good enough. Let that self-judgment go. It's time to work on that, number two. I know you know this. I'm picking up that you already have that in the back of your mind, number two, that the self-judgment is holding you back from moving forward and doing in the world things that you want to do, and quite honestly, things that you are indeed here to do. And so it is time to not let those things hold you back. It is time to let go of the judgment. And it is time to move forward, number two. And number two, I do just want to mention again, the April 16th starts Growth Month. That program absolutely will help you to do all of those things. So number two, I am sending you so many blessings and so many best wishes for your March and for the releasing of the judgment. Number two, please, when you find challenges with that, please release judgment of yourself for that, because letting go and releasing judgment of ourselves, decreasing that inner critic, is a process. It's not a once and done kind of thing. And so please Don't judge yourself for judging yourself. Rather, instead, send love and compassion to yourself when you find yourself judging yourself. Release it. Ask for assistance. Help is all around you. So, number 2, please do like, please do share, please do subscribe, send to a friend, whatever resonates with you. I'm sending you so many blessings and best wishes for your March 2023. Greetings, number 3. Welcome, number 3, to your March 2023 messages. Number 3, you had 2 Celtic Dragon Tarot cards. They are, number 3, we've got Chains, and we have the 7 of Swords. Yep, I've got some clear messages coming up for these 2 cards. I'll share them with you in a moment. Let's see what else we have. But before I forget, number 3, I want to mention that coming up on March 18th, I am indeed offering special Celtic Dragon Tarot readings in honor of St. Patrick's Day. You can learn more and schedule your own slot down below to get your Celtic messages in honor of St. Patrick's Day. So, messages here for you, number 3. Number 3, your angel card for March is Aurora. You are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example. Beautiful, number 3. Beautiful. Number 3, your archangel card is teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel says, keep an open mind and learn new ideas. Then teach these ideas to others. Beautiful, Archangel Zadkiel. Thank you. Number 3, you had 2 Viking runes, so lots of messages for you this month, number 3. We have the rune of separation, and we have the rune of joy. The rune of joy. And finally, number 3, you had 3 Breathe Easy cards for your March messages. We have I Am a Dreamer. When we awaken to our ability to create our own reality, all dreams are possible. I breathe in the manifestation of my hopes and wishes. I am filled with the knowledge that my dreams can come true. I breathe out doubt and despair. Okay. We have I am balanced, balance. Everything in moderation, nothing in excess. This is the way to lead a life of quality and meaning. I breathe in the perfection of the earth, the water, and the sky. I am filled with nature's grand design. I breathe out my self-destructive tendencies. And I am transformed, transformation. The whole world is changed each time we change ourselves. I breathe in the ability to see what is working in my life and what needs to be changed. I am filled with the courage and excitement that change brings. I breathe out my fear of letting go. Beautiful, number 3. Number 3, by the way, this card reminds me, I want to mention to you, coming up in April is my Growth Month program, my yearly spring transformation program, all about helping us to transform along with the season. You can learn more and check that out down on the link below. Thanks, number 3. But number 3, here's what I've got for you. We've got a lot of messages here at number 3. And what I'm getting for you, number 3, is almost just very kind of some murkiness for you at this time. In terms of, all of these messages, there are a lot of them, a lot of cards popped out for you. But here's what I'm getting for you, number 3. We're going to wade through the murkiness of these messages because you've got some feelings going on for you right now, number 3, of feeling in chains. And feeling, number 3, what I'm picking up on is almost like a sense that what the kind of sense that is keeping you. I'm going to try to put this into human words, number 3, with the way the messages are coming. What's happening for you right now, number 3, or even throughout the month of March, number 3, is that you've got some feelings of being chained up and chained by your feelings of almost like needing to be sneaky or needing to be stealthy or needing to hide some things. Now, number 3, I'm not judging you and I'm not saying, oh, you're hiding some things, number 3. You need to cast off the chains of the hiding the things. That's not what I'm saying, number 3. There ain't no judgment here. But there's a real sense here. I just had the image of like a dark corner. And so there's a real sense here, number 3, that there are some aspects that need to be illuminated in your life right now that you're a little afraid to shine some light on. And it has you feeling a little bound by it, number 3. So you're feeling a little chained and a little bound by those dark corners of your experience right now. Some things that are hidden and some ways in which you feel like you might need to hide or to not be completely out in the open about. Now, again, there's no judgment with that, number 3. So that's not necessarily a bad thing or a wrong thing. It can be something as simple as, oh, some shadow work that you need to be doing or that you're working on at this time, or that you're being called to contemplate and work on. So number 3, the idea here is that this hidden aspect or this sense of sneaking or feeling the need to keep some things hidden is keeping you feeling almost like wrapped up in that need to keep things under wraps. And so you're being encouraged to, number 3, kind of bust out of that cocoon. This is almost like a cocoon, having you kind of stuck with some stuck feelings. And you're just being encouraged to bust out of that cocoon during the month of March, number 3. And to bust out of that sense of needing to keep things hidden and under wraps, and it's time to shine a light into those dark corners. Now, number 3, this doesn't mean that Christian's telling me to proclaim my deepest, darkest secrets to the whole world. That is not what Christian is saying. This can be something as simple as it's time for you to recognize and face and honor within yourself those dark corners and the ways in which they have been holding you back, the ways in which they've been having you feeling kind of chained and cocooned, number 3. So it's not even so much a you need to tell everyone kind of thing as it is a, hey, you need to be honest with yourself here, number 3. Now, again, there's no judgment in that, number 3, because we all got this kind of thing going on. But you've got some encouragement for you. You've got some encouragement. This card, number 3, as soon as I read it, I was like, this is not the now. This is the future. In terms of as you work to bring light to the shadows, is this flight kind of sense, breaking free from the cocoon, breaking free from the chains and flying high with a new sense of freedom and openness and free flow. And so number 3, this flying high sense I'm really getting is what is on the way for you as you work throughout March to illuminate and break out of the chains and the cocoon. This butterfly we've got flying here, we've got Aurora flying high. This is the kind of sense that you can tap into as you shine a light into those corners and as you work to break free from that cocoon. What else do we have for you in terms of the encouragement? You know, we also have for you the encouragement here with the rune of separation, that indeed it is time for you to separate from this sense of being trapped and this sense of being contained and the sense of being cocooned. It's time for you to separate from that, shine a light on those dark corners, and boom, bust out, separate, and break free so that you can indeed fly high. Now, what I'm also getting for you is that doing some learning and some further exploration is going to help you with this. I just had the image of writing in a journal. That may be something that you might want to do. And Archangel Zadkiel is holding a book like a journal. Yes. So, teaching and learning in terms of the real depths of yourself at this time, number 3. So very clearly, it is a time for you to go inward during the month of March and to see where you might be called to be exploring, and where there might be points of exploration in your own self throughout March, number 3. But this inner depths exploration, the learning about yourself, the journaling is going to help you with the breaking free, is going to help you with the flying high. Now, I'm also getting for you that the teaching and learning, indeed, you can be informing your experience of shining a light with some teaching, with some learning, with some reading or some coursework, workshops, something that's going to help facilitate that process for you. And then what I'm also getting from this is that is also going to help you to be an example to others. And so as we have Aurora here flying high, there's going to be an encouragement to others when they see the work, the inner work, the self-work that you are doing. That is going to encourage them as well. And that is going to, at first, maybe intimidate people and say, whoa, look at them. But then it's going to encourage them to be able to say, oh yeah, wow, maybe I need to shine some light on my own stuff. Maybe I need to do some exploration of my own stuff. Look at number 3 go, maybe I should be doing that too. And so know that it is going to be an encouragement to others eventually. As we work on our own stuff and as we shine a light on our own inner stuff, that light shines outward to others and then becomes an inspiration for others to shine their own light inside and work on their own stuff and to be freeing themselves from their own cocoons. And so know that that is going to be helpful for others as you work on your own stuff, number 3. Now, number 3, what else do we have for you for this? Now, I want to go back to that image of the murky puddle, the muddy kind of puddle, because really that very much is the kind of sense that's going on for you right now, number 3, is that inner exploration can often seem very murky, can often seem very muddled and very muddy. And so just be gentle with yourself during that process. Be kind with yourself during that process, because, you know, the breaking off of the chains is not a quick process. It takes time. It takes self-love. It takes dedication. It takes gentleness with ourselves. It's a process. And by the way, it's not a once and done kind of thing. So once you bust out of the cocoon, boom, you're done for good. No way. There's always more light to be shined. Yes, shined. There's always more light that needs to be shined. And always more work to do, always things that we need to face and address, and always dark corners. That's just part of being human and having a human experience and existence. And so know that you are not going to bust off all of the chains, all of the self-cocoons in the month of March, number 3, it's an ongoing process. So love yourself, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself throughout that whole process and for the rest of your life, number 3. Now, some things that are going to help you with shining the inner light and breaking free from the chained kind of feeling, the cocoon. A couple of things are really going to help you during the month of March. Number 1, what's going to help you? Remember the journaling that I'm picking up for you to be doing. What I'm getting for you is some encouragement to be focusing in on with journaling, with contemplation, with the things that bring you joy. So using joy as almost like a light that you're shining on the inside in those dark parts, and also your dreams. So what it is you want and desire, where you want to be, and using your dreams and your joys as a way to really help make that puddle less murky and to help wade through all of the murkiness and muddiness of that puddle during your March, number 3. And finally, balance is going to help you do that as well. So taking some time to ask yourself what balance means to you and to finding that own inner balance. You know, maybe do some writing and journaling about balance and what it means to you. But balance is going to help you with this as well. And what I'm getting for you is balance in terms of this idea of being gentle with yourself, loving yourself, not judging yourself too harshly for any places where maybe you haven't been exploring the real depths and you've been afraid or haven't wanted to bring those to the light. Love yourself for that. Love yourself through that, number 3. Send yourself lots of love and blessings throughout March as you work on this process. Because number 3, I'm sending you lots of blessings and best wishes for your March and all of the stuff you've got going on here in these messages for your March, number 3. So number 3, I want to say thank you so very much. It is an honor to bring you your monthly messages. Please do like this video. Please do subscribe. Please do share it. Send to a friend. You know, all of the things. I'm sending you so many blessings and best wishes, number 3, for your March 2023.